Tatiana Maslany is an actress you might recall. She recently starred in the Disney Plus series She-Hulk: Attorney at Law. And like many actresses, she is currently on strike. You can see a shot of her striking right here. It's part of the WGA SAG-AFTRA strike. But she's going beyond that. And I guess it makes sense that an actress who played She-Hulk would be bolder than most, because she's not just generally on strike, she is directly attacking Disney CEO Bob Iger, the guy who in theory is in charge of whether she gets to be in future seasons of She-Hulk or in the movies or other series. She was asked about his recent comments in which he called the strike very disturbing and said that the unions need to be realistic by saying, I think he's completely out of touch. He's completely out of touch with the workers who make his shows happen, who make people watch these shows, who bring viewers to him and him money. Having worked on a Disney show, I know where people fall through the cracks and where people are taken advantage of. And it's outrageous the amount of wealth that is not shared with the people who actually make the show. That's crew, cast, writers. I have friends who've been doing this for 30 to 40 years and have lost their health care because the minimums are so relatively low, but wages have gone down. People's quotes no longer stand for anything. It's just like we've been completely cast aside. And I love that, because I called early on, and I know that they're not gonna do it. I know why they can't do it, but I was like, don't just not promote these shows. Tell people to boycott these shows and movies. And nobody's yet doing that, but this is the closest I've seen, directly attacking the leadership of the thing you might aim to still be working in. That's the bravery that we need, and I love to see it from She-Hulk. What do you think, Jayar?
It's crazy though. Look, this is the setup that people like Iger and these executives have. They hope that this continued thought process that we see the biggest names in film and TV have all this money, make this money, have hundreds of millions of dollars per film and all this stuff. And they go, look at these overpaid actors, and they're over there pushing their Hollywood values on us. And that's your target of your hate. So they figure, oh, the actors, the faces of this whole thing, the ones they hate, if we get to screwing everyone over, including everyone else, the crew and everyone that doesn't make tons of money, which is the vast majority of folks, then maybe we can have society on our side, because they generally hate them. The billionaires, hoping that the multimillionaires, the few of them are in comparison to the vast majority of everyone else that's working on these things, will be the target of everyone's hate, and therefore we'll be able to get away with the things that we're doing with robbing everyone else. That's the setup they've had, because that's the way it's always been. We're supposed to hate the people we see that have tons of money, which you can have your issues with, but nothing about the billionaires that pay them. If they're making hundreds of millions of dollars, who's paying them? How much do they have?
Yeah, 100%.
Come on,
anyway, reminder that the strikes are ongoing. Great to see leaders like this willing to, and this is going out to all the guys who lost their mind for 6 months over the fact that she was in She-Hulk and pretended not to like it when they never watched it, never gave it a chance. Love seeing her being courageous, willing to potentially sacrifice future projects, future money, because of what she actually believes. That's heroic. That's what I expect from a Marvel hero.